Okay. This is it. I appreciate you were like, oh, let's get ready for the shot and everything. This is a very simple setup.
No, still, you want to be in frame. That's all.
It's all about production value, and I have none of it. So it's what it is.
But you produce. You're consistent though. That's the key.
Every week.
That's the real key.
I've missed 7 weeks in 4 years.
Really?
Yeah.
How's the monetization going?
It's good. If these gays subscribed more.
Subscribe,
Just gays. There you
Are
go.
you-
Kyle's. I'll tell you one thing. He's not going to show his feet. I know Kyle's not going to do that.
You know, it's funny. I was with a friend of mine, and I was looking at Instagram, and I saw one of your clips, and I said to this person, I was like, you know, I haven't done this guy's like podcast in a while. I think it's because he's mad I don't show my feet on the pod.
I'm not mad, but no one requests you. I'll say that. You've been on enough where people know you, and no one requests you.
Gotcha.
I get requests for people that have been on once.
But they show their feet though.
No.
Oh, really?
I just got a request for the old Choi.
Oh, okay.
Which I guess the person's into comedy, not feet. You fucking weirdo.
Gotcha.
Don't you know this is a foot fetish pod?
I know. Were your requests coming from like YouTube comments or?
Yeah, YouTube comments, or people will DM me or email me or.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but those are more. I had one guy brought this up earlier. Fleeting Hope. Shout out Fleeting Hope, dude.
Fleeting Hope. What's up?
Huge. Probably the biggest non-foot fetish fan.
I was gonna put my foot up just to see, just for you, Fleeting Hope, but I guess.
Oh no, for him, he's not. He actually messaged me when he first subscribed. He's like, "Dude, these feet people are insane." I was like, "I know, dude." But then he hit me up. He's like, "Hey, can you have Kellen Breen on the pod?"
I know the name. I can't think of who.
I met him doing open mics like 5-6 years ago.
That's.
And I was like, dude, if you're Kellen, you could just ask to do the pod. He's like, no, I just like open mic bar show level comedy in New York City. I saw Kellen at a bar show.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh, okay. And I have Kellen on. I thought it was a great episode.
Cool. I thought you were gonna say like it was like those things in like murder mystery thrillers where like Kellen Breen has the same letters as Fleeting Hope. It just like rearranged.
It all goes together. Kellen looks like that too.
It has all the E's. That's why I was like, ooh, Fleeting Hope. We'll see.
I know. Well, I saw he liked my video the other day, so he's not dead. With that type of name, that's a depressing name.
Speaking of dead people online,
boy.
I hope I've never said this before, but this is like a long-running bit I've tried to do, and I'm trying to do it again.
All right, fill me in.
About the typewriter.
The typewriter?
I work on a typewriter at work.
You work on a typewriter?
Yeah.
Why?
Punishment for having a college degree and just working for your family business. That's really what I think it is. But the Board of Education, they have like those like tracing paper type forms still, where like you fill them out by hand.
What's tracing paper?
Remember like tracing, like you write on one and then it's on 5 sheets of paper?
Okay.
That type of thing?
Okay.
So typewriter for that to make it nice and neat. But they just finally in 2024, the Board of Education has dropped these typewriter forms. Okay. And now you can do it online. So it just sparked my interest in like trying to make this typewriter better. But what the bit is I've had to repair this typewriter multiple times over the years. And there's no typewriter repair services out there really.
You don't say.
Yeah. So much so there's a sticker with a number on my typewriter. It's an IBM Selectric 3 for those typewriter heads out there. Yeah.
For all those typewriter aficionados out there.
You remember that. But it says like so-and-so Queens typewriter service. I call the number up. This is years ago. And this guy picks up. And he goes, whatever, PC service. And I go, I'm sorry. I thought I was calling a so-and-so typewriter service. He goes, oh, no, that's my dad's company.
What?
He's dead.
Yeah.
I took over the space and the phone number, and now I run a PC repair shop out of there. That's how, like, dated this fucking machine is.
Wait, did he say that's my dad's company?
Yeah.
But there's no more company.
But he has the same exact space. Like, he must own the building. The son now has his business in that building with the same phone number.
What's going on? This is the most Long Island story I've ever heard in my life.
Queens. This is Flushing. This is but what the bit I want to do is I found this YouTube series online. This is fucking legacy, Rich. This guy, he must be 85, 90 years old when he made these videos of him telling people how to repair this specific typewriter, amongst other typewriters too. But he has my typewriter.
Of course,
on there.
just to clarify.
Yeah, he's a big channel, but he's literally so old in these videos, and it's type. So you just see his hands. And you can see through his hands, like translucent. He's so old and fucking frail.
Very much like the paper.
That's yeah. Well, to your feet people, if this was a hand podcast, I have a video channel.
Oh,
for
if this was a hand podcast, Kyle.
I mean, they're pretty already on this channel. But he's telling you in detail how to fix these typewriters, and so I think the videos were from like 2009 to 2012ish. But from 2013,
which is still way too late to be using a typewriter.
Well, that's the thing. This guy was smart, though. He knew these things would still be around, so he made these videos. But all the comments from 2013 on are like, "Where are you? I need your help. How do you fix this one? How do you fix that one?" And there's just no responses. So this guy clearly just died, and like he's no longer updating his channel.
Oh my god!
But there's people in 2024 still commenting, being like, "Can you do a video on this? Can you help me with this?" No response.
No, well, he also might not know how to respond. He only works on typewriters.
If he is still alive, he's in a deep state of dementia and is in a home somewhere and can't even operate an iPhone for these videos anymore.
It would be great if he was just like, "What am I doing?" Then he started a PC repair YouTube series.
Different people.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I was making fun of people that still use typewriters. How much can you break a typewriter?
It's not so much that you could break it. They're just such old machines, and they're run on oil, and like they just get gunked up, and dust gets in them, and they just like machines. They just break down. Although this IBM is fucking rock solid. I've been keeping good care of it.
So it's like the Tin Man.
Very much so. Yeah.
Okay.
Think of a car that's been sitting in a garage for 50 years. You turn it on, it's not just gonna go. You got to put some oil on it, let it run for a while.
Yeah, but you use this every day.
I use it I'll use it every day, and then there'll be like a 3-week stretch where I don't touch it. And then there's a 6 months.
What are you using it for? What's going on with this typewriter?
Sometimes it's like the bills come in cycles, that these type of bills, or they used to, that I would use it for. But
bills.
But even just using it every day, a 3-week break could be rare, but it's just an old machine. Like it's not like there's a service guy coming in every 6 months being like, "You're good to go." It's me just like patchwork fixing it through YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm not a service guy.
I know you're not the service guy. Yeah. Well, I'm very confused. What do you have a computer?
Yeah.
Is this like the?
Yeah. No, I have a computer. Yeah.
So what is the typewriter used for? To pay bills?
To write out bills.
But why can't you just buy a printer and connect it to your computer?
These forms from the Board of Education, they don't go through a printer.
So your client is the Board of Education?
Yes.
And they only will take invoices via these types of...
Up until 2 weeks ago. They've finally updated.
To what, Scantrons?
No. Well, it's even though they've updated, I'm still scanning physical documents into a scanner and making a PDF out of them to submit.
This is so... You might as well just, walk there.
Oh, that's
walk to all the schools.
Well, I do, the central hub. I would deliver it to them. That was a big part of my day, was driving to the
Department of Ed.
Yeah, Board of Education.
Where is that?
I feel like I've given too much information about. I don't want to fuck things up for.
It's public. It's the Department of Education.
Still, they're a fickle bunch. I don't want to. Without giving what company I work for away. It's the one on Vernon Boulevard in Long Island City.
You had to drive from Flushing to Long Island City to drop off
2-3 times a week.
2-3 times a week?
Yeah, physical forms.
Why don't you just charge them, once a month? What the hell are we doing here?
Nah, you gotta get paid. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I've been trying this typewriter bit. It's just never. You know what it is? No one believes I work on a typewriter in 2024 or 2022 or whenever else I tried the joke. It just never. People are like, it's like, it brings my set to a halt, and people I could tell they just want to raise their hand and ask me questions.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. That's me right now. I have so many questions. This doesn't make any sense.
Just think of the bureaucracy of New York City bullshit. This is the antithesis of it. And the Board of Education, you would love this place. Oh, up until 2 weeks ago, because now no one has any reason to go there. But
what does that mean?
Because no one's handing off these forms anymore. Unless you're like,
So they're working remote?
that's a great question. Let's put a pin in that. We'll get back to that one. No, but
But they're not teachers.
no, it's administrators. It's
Like principals?
No, people that make the behind the scenes people. That's what I'm trying to get to. Is the Board of Education is like the ultimate. There's two types of people that work for the Board of Education. Three. I hate when people do this. There's two types. There's multiple types, but there's two main types. There's people that were looking for a job that they could be a dead end, get a paycheck, clock out 9 to 5, have a pension, and then there's people that are ambitious, and then getting a job with the board is almost like, or any agency, like low-level city agency, at least like brain power-wise, gets a job there, so it's above their pay grade, and now they make it like their own little castle. So they make everything a fucking pain in the ass for you, just to have some power. They turn it into a power trip.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a lot of that going on.
That's most civil servants.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. That's what it. So going
Shout
in
out
there,
to my family.
Yeah. Even the security guards up front, they have these like. Are they NYPD?
No.
But their badge makes you believe they may have gone to like some like NYPD like adjacent school
Or Party City.
Yeah, exactly. And they've it's so weird how fickle they are about who gets in the building, who doesn't, blah blah blah.
What is this, like the nightclub in Berlin? You like show up to the front door and there's a bouncer and he just says if you're in or not?
Literally.
I was against them. Now I'm kind of with them.
It's such a power trip place. Like you
go 2-3 times a week. They don't know you by now?
That's the thing. Even though they do, they just want to fucking stick it to you.
I love this. I really should have been a civil servant.
Yeah. There's no it's such minutia, but the getting into it of like there's one guy that will let me go just like you're good. I don't need your ID. I don't need to check you in. I don't need to make you a badge
guest
for the day.
Yeah.
But then if there's one person above him there, he has to do the whole rigmarole.
Right.
Because then he gets shit on by them. And if that person's there by them, that person that comes in, they act like they've never seen you before. But then if that person and the person above them is there, they go, oh, we know you. You're fine. So it's like 2 outvotes to 1. Like if the person above that person knows you, then you can just walk right in. If not, it's like, get against the wall, sir. Sir, you're in the way.
How many people, is there a line to get in?
Pre-pandemic, there used to always be a line. Post-pandemic, you're the only person waiting to get in.
Who's going there besides you?
There's tons of contractors. Before the pandemic, what we used to cause the lines was all like the people they'd hire to be the bus drivers or like the crossing guards. They'd always have 20 of these people coming at once for some meeting. And
a crossing guard meeting?
These people that get these jobs don't know their ass from their elbow. So like they're like, my ID, I need a government ID to get into a building. It's like 20 of that, then me. It's a real fucking hassle. It was.
They probably know how to fix a typewriter though. Those people, they're old as hell.
They typewriter. No, that's the thing. They're just like, you go to high school, right? And then you meet people who are like, what are you gonna do after high school? These jobs. So I wouldn't necessarily say they're old. You'd be surprised how young they are.
I don't know. The only crossing guard I know stood outside my grandfather's house for 20 years. Kathy, the crossing guard.
Did he live in front of a school?
Yep. Okay. Lived directly across the street from a school. Kathy, the crossing guard. My grandfather knew her so well, would celebrate his birthday with her. If you asked what her name was, he would say, genuinely, Kathy, the crossing guard. Never learned her last name. Just Kathy.
He's in the phone book looking for C's. It's just like crossing guard.
Well, he also can't read. That's another thing. That's another blip in the story.
Here's I was going to ask. I think about crossing guards, kids. I was going to say, is your grandpa a pedophile living across from a school? I got a question for you.
Fill me in.
There's a park.
Okay.
By my apartment.
Okay.
Next to it is a park for children, like a play gym and stuff like that.
Wait, so there's a park? Oh, okay. I didn't know what you meant, like an adult versus kids park.
No,
like a public pool
not
situation.
Like tennis or it's just like it's a jungle gym.
Jungle gym. Gotcha.
There's apartment windows of a building adjacent to the park, looking out to the park.
Okay. To the park or the children's playgrounds?
To the children's playground.
Okay.
I know when like you're like from like movies and stuff, when like in Big Lebowski, when you're a sexual predator and you move to a new place, you have to get like signatures being like, hey, I'm a pedophile. I'm moving into your neighborhood. Could you please sign this to acknowledge that you know I'm here?
Yeah, you think that's in just movies?
No. Oh, it's definitely in real life.
Okay. I'm just making sure
I'm saying,
we're at the same place in this.
Yeah. But what happens if like you're a wannabe pedophile and you get one of these apartments looking over the jungle gym?
An aspiring pedophile, an amateur pedophile.
An aspiring pedophile, and you get one of these lottery style apartments next to the gym, and then you get convicted or don't. Are they going to evict you? What are they going to do?
This is a fantastic question, Kyle. What would they do in this situation?
I'll tell us, back to the civil service and just the bureaucracy of New York City bullshit. Eviction, no laughing matter. I'll be honest. I think getting convicted and evicted is probably harder than getting...
Yeah, how do squatter rights work when a pedophile's by a playground?
Exactly.
I don't know how that works. Huh. I would say...
I stumped you, didn't I?
Are you planning on doing something?
No, I see this because it's one of those weird buildings too. Wherever you see like in New York City, like apartments are all the same style line up and down the building.
Don't do that when we're talking about kids.
So the windows are all in line with each other. Like floor one, like the apartment above you has the same exact windows.
Yes.
But it's one of those buildings where it's all funky, where some of the windows are over here, some are over here. It's inconsistent windows, as if they put the windows in after construction.
Yeah, IW, it's inconsistent windows.
And there's one window in particular that looks like it's like a pedophile built the window to like just have like
specifically for the kids
for the play gym, and I'm just like, what the fuck is like?
What does that mean? It's like wider than the other windows?
No, it's just like the placement of it. It was just like. If I were a pedophile.
Oh, it doesn't show his penis?
No, it's just like it looks right into like the center and like into the middle of the jungle gym and down. So like you just have like the perfect vantage.
Oh, he's on the 50-yard line of the playground.
It's the perfect vantage point.
I understand what you mean.
The 50-yard line is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why is that window there? And what came chicken or the egg? Was the window there first or was the jungle gym there first?
I don't know.
Did a pedophile build the jungle gym and then rent the apartment for this master plan?
A jungle gym is something a pedophile would design.
Exactly.
He's like, we have to build a bunch of different shaped toys for these kids, so they get distracted. I can watch them for longer.
We gotta make it so if they fall off, they break every bone in their body and they're helpless for a couple hours while we have our way with them. That's what.
Listen, these people are pedophiles. They're not animals, Kyle. Come on.
I'm just saying.
They don't want these kids to get hurt.
I'm thinking of this kid I went to grade school with. I don't know if he was, ever a victim of a pedophile, but he did fall off a jungle gym and break every single bone in his body.
Really?
And was just like in a full body cast for like 2 years.
Wait, people do that? They get in the full body cast? That's a real thing?
It was like almost like a turtle shell.
And he came into school that way?
No.
Was he homeschooled for 2 years like that?
His mom was a teacher.
There you go.
Yeah.
Worked out.
But
could have helped you in the DOE
it was like
situation.
Literally like I think he broke like not like 50% plus bones in his body.
What an idiot!
No, the thing is, it was a junky jungle gym. It was a piece of shit jungle gym.
No, junky jungle gym. Yeah, JJG. It must be tough to be a pedophile in the city. You can't use a van.
There's other ways to be a pedophile in the city.
But the number one way, historically, the number one strategy is to use the van.
Yeah.
And it's tough to be a pedophile with a van in the city with parking.
No, you're absolutely right. I feel like pedophiles are very underground anyway. Like if you're using the van as a pedophile, you're asking to get caught.
Yeah, but they're not a very innovative bunch. They've been doing the van forever.
What's the last kid you heard getting picked up in a van?
I mean, I don't really hang out with that many kids, so
I think it's all like online luring them. I think that's what they're doing now. like the city is the perfect place to like think of like online dating for guys our age. It's just like, hey, want to meet at the bar? It's like
there's a Hinge for pedophiles.
I'm saying like there's probably like there's Call of Duty or there's like Fortnite. It's like, hey, I really enjoyed playing Fortnite. We should do it together at we should like hang out in real life sometime. IRL, as the kids say.
I don't think kids are still saying IRL. They're saying skibbity toilet or some shit.
What's that? Skip the toilet.
That's something. I don't know what it means, but they're saying it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Skipping the toilet?
No, it's skibbity. Skibbity toilet. Riz.
Riz is charisma.
Ohio's a big thing now too.
Interesting.
It says it on TikTok.
You know what I'll tell you? I've been thinking about this. You know how like older people are fucking terrified of sounding like out of date, so they just accept what young people say is cool, so they don't sound stupid.
Yeah, and then they try to put it into their own vernacular.
Exactly.
Yes.
I think this younger generation, we've given them too much power, and they just like every once in a while a generation comes around and they're just a dud. You know, like just because they're young doesn't mean they're cool. There could be some shitty generations out there, and like I'm tired of being like, oh, I don't want to sound like, oh, I'm an out-of-date older person. No, like I think some people just have bad fucking taste. Like remember Valley Girls? You know what a Valley Girl is?
Like in California?
Yes. Like the vocal fry and that.
Oh my god.
And they were like crucified during their time for being so fucking lame.
Couple years.
I think this young crop of like the TikTok, like the skibbity, the toilet people, whatever the fuck that was.
These are like Gen Alpha kids.
They're the new Valley Girls.
Huh.
They're the people we're gonna go, hey, you think you're fucking cool, but guess what? You're not.
I think we were the first generation of that.
Oh, for sure. Like, it's been leading up to this moment.
It was a big thing. It was big like when improv became a big thing, 2008, 2009.
Okay.
The random people, remember that? Like people would be like, they would just like be sitting there. They'd be like, "Rip. Oh, that's random."
Oh, yeah. But that never caught on to be like cool. Everyone knew they were fucking losers.
Yeah, but it became so mainstream.
I don't think it did.
That's girl humor. I feel like that.
No, when you do that, I haven't heard that in years. But
you know what I mean.
I think of us like nerdy kids that like go to like Spencer's Gifts and like think we're like black t-shirts.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, go to MCR concerts.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Listen, it's the truth. No, I think, it's all the internet lore now. It's internet culture, brain rot, they call it now, which I like that. That's a good phrase.
Like brain rot, yeah.
Brain rot.
Yeah.
So, especially, I
like doom scroll, too. I wouldn't be like, I was doom scroll.
Doom scroll. I like doom scroll, too. That's another good. Okay, there's a couple good phrases coming out now.
That's the thing, though. Like, we're giving them too much power. Every generation has a couple cool things. Like, like I think when we were like in middle school, high school, fire came around. And then 5 years later.
Fire's sick, though.
Fire's
that's a
fire.
sick word.
And then lit came around. I was like, holy shit. I've been waiting.
Just when you thought fire couldn't get better.
I've been waiting for Fire 2.0, and lit is doing it for me.
Yeah, dude.
And then everyone has a couple cool things. We kick up the ladder. But this because of TikTok, it's so hyperized where like everything can't be fucking cool. You guys aren't like the golden child. You have some bad taste. I'm not saying skip it to toilet because I'm not some fucking idiot. Okay?
Yeah, we have to figure out what that means. Call us in, gays.
Yeah.
You know what I don't love? And you kind of touched on it. Some of these girls you go out with, especially if they're like 23 up to 28, unfortunately, they use TikTok vernacular. It's like, what are we...
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Like, oh, it's giving frat boy. It's like, what?
I don't.
You don't have that many years left to be fertile.
Well,
you can't talk like that.
This is something I think about. I don't get those. As I'm 32, I think I've aged out of people. I think there's a line in the sand. I used to say it was 2 grades below me if you're born in '94, but I think it's more like if you're born like '97, '98. And women, like, historically, like, it's like guys, like, men will get with, like, marry a girl maybe 12, 15 years younger.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to skip that trend for a generation or two until they sync up again. Because guys our age, we're not going to be able to talk to some 23, 24-year-old. It makes no fucking sense, half the shit they say.
Why? Just like... Vocabulary-wise?
I'm saying vocabulary-wise and like reference-wise. Like, they don't even know. I'm not saying women, it's the generation in general, men and women. They don't even know, like, we don't have the same references anymore because, like, we grew up on cable TV watching TNT, USA, Nickelodeon. These kids, these Coco Melon kids, these, you know...
How young kids are you dating?
I mean, we did start this pod on being a pedophile.
No, like, we did not. We just talked about the frustrations of it.
Of New York City pedophiles in particular. But no, like, just kids that grew up on YouTube and, like... Even, like, I feel like there's, like, a PC game culture with younger kids that, like, no one...
They're not girls.
No. Girls love The Sims.
Are girls gaming?
The Sims and stuff like that. I think more,
girls do love The Sims.
I think more girls played The Sims than you realize.
Girls love The Sims. That's facts. That's big facts.
Yeah, big facts.
Yeah. Big Facts was another good one. Yeah, or True. Remember when True came out?
Yeah.
That was good.
Or this may be a little niche just for my friend group, but when Jay Cutler said "don't care," you ever heard this story?
I did. Yes.
The Jay Cutler. If you don't know the Jay Cutler "don't care" story, he was at a toilet, and someone comes up to him and was like, "Oh my God, dude, you're Jay Cutler. I went to Vanderbilt too," and he just like kicks his head back and goes, "Don't care."
Dude, I love Jay Cutler. Shout out Jay Cutler.
Yeah. Oh my God, legend.
Love to have you on this pod, dude.
He's like obviously, I got to imagine you're a big Kristen Cavallari guy.
I wouldn't say big, but I'm a fan.
A fan of her.
I'm a fan of her work.
She's hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one guy where I'm like, that guy's too cool for Kristen Cavallari.
Yeah, dude.
And he's the one guy I'm like, kind of respect that.
But that's a guy. This is where I'm going to push back on your point. He's a guy that just dates women 15 years younger.
But they're above the line though. Kristen's older than us. I'm saying our generation, we're not going to be able to date 15 years below the line because of this cultural divide.
Yeah, but he's 40. He's dating a 25-year-old. It's the same thing.
Currently?
I know, I'm making this up. I'm saying but that's the type of guy that does that.
No, I know. But our generation, we're younger than him. We're not going to be able to do that because of the lack of commonality between us.
No, but there's no way. He's further not relatable.
But in his time, when he was 30, he could do it. That's what I'm trying to say. He's a celebrity, though.
But I'm saying right now he's single, I think.
We're talking about one famous guy. I mean, like...
I'm talking about all of them.
As a whole.
Leo.
Famous people are different. I'm talking about everyday people.
No, I think in New York this is different. I
don't know. I just...
I mean, I'm struggling and I'm dating girls 3 years younger and it's tough. It's hard out there. But you're going out in the West Village. You're going out in the West Village.
I was talking to, like me and Bramante went out this past weekend.
Was that who you were with?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot you got... What the fuck happened?
Dude, there was a line at whatever radio bar.
That line lasted 2 seconds.
Well, I don't do lines.
You should take
lines.
a breath. But something happened with the bouncer, apparently?
So we're about to go in, but like there was like 4 or 5 people in front of us, and we were debating if we should go in. Mm-hmm. And then we got to the front of the line, and it took like 3-4 minutes, and we were like, how long is this going to last? Should we do it? And we were about to walk, and he asked for IDs, and we looked at each other.
You were in.
First of all, we'll get to this in a second, but what the doorman said was, hey, don't waste my time. Are you in or are you out? And we looked at him and we said, waste your time? This is your job. We're not wasting your time. This is why you're here.
Is there anyone behind you?
4 or 5 people.
Bad attitude by him, but you guys are there and you're walking in. We had seats by the bar.
Kyle, I despise the West Village.
Okay.
I hate the people.
That's fair.
I hate the clientele.
Same thing.
I know. Well, now that I live up here, I hate the location. Just geographically, it takes me a while to get there.
Gotcha.
I find no fun in the village.
It's the same. It's whatever neighborhood you live in. That's all it is. Like you hear people rave about like Astoria or Williamsburg.
No, I'd rather go probably to West Village.
It's all proximity.
They suck.
It's part of the fun is knowing like you're a stone's throw away from home. There's no Uber you have to pay for. You could just walk home. I totally get it.
But what's the point? I don't know anyone there besides you and Bramante. That's a place you got to go with a big group. And you know other groups.
I disagree. That's where I disagree.
Nah.
I feel like the big group, the older you get, it's a waste of time. Because then you're just like, you're limiting your options.
I love a group. I love when groups collide.
Because you know what?
That's where I thrive, when groups collide.
I know why you love big group, because I'm sure, and not to be a little bougie, I feel like you have a bit of a bridge and tunnel group coming in from Long Island to meet up with you to make your group even bigger.
No.
Oh, they're all city people.
Yeah. Well, back in the day.
Oh, okay.
All my friends are gay now, so
Does that mean they live in Long Island?
they're married and they have kids, and,
okay.
or they're starting to move back to the suburbs.
Oh, know what? Speaking of people
Fill me in.
from our past, I ran into a guy who I went to college with.
Yep.
I'm confused actually if I actually went to college with this guy or he's just friends with the people I went to college with.
He was just there a lot. A guy that was there a lot.
Around.
Yeah.
Nice guy, but he like good to see you, blah blah blah. Conversation, it was fine, but it lasted a little too long. But then he gets into the comedy specific questions.
Nah.
And it was just like, what's like your process like, or how often do you write do you write every day? What do you think of Chris Rock? It's like, and his style. I'm like, what? Like, listen to someone like more famous than me, like if you want to, or like listen to a podcast with Chris Rock if you want to know his insights. Like, it's just such a lame. Like, is this what we're fucking doing? It feels like you become like a teacher all of a sudden. It's like I'm not here to do this. I want to drink.
It's not. I've encountered this many a time, Kyle, and you do get this when groups collide.
And I'll tell you, you know what? I don't so much care about the line of questioning. It's the level they ask you the questions at, where you know in the back of their head they're going, I listen to podcasts. I know what's going on.
You're getting closer to
what's your take on this? I'm like, you don't know fucking anything. Shut up.
You got it. This is someone that thinks they know comedy, and they go, I just discovered this guy. I don't know if you heard of him. Theo Vaughn. Pretty underground. Because, like, his friends that don't know anything, they just know Dave Chappelle.
Right,
and he shows them Theo Vaughn, and they're like, what the fuck is this?
A white guy in a mullet? Oh, my God.
What? This is insane. That's who that guy is. He thinks he's a comedy connoisseur.
Exactly, yeah.
And he's like, oh, you know, I've actually...
You know what it is? It's the guy that gets into wine or, like, craft beers, and he's sniffing it. And he goes, this one has oats. This one has, this one has good hops. It's like, I don't think you have any idea what the fuck you're talking about, sir.
No, but no one ever challenged. He never meets a brewer. He never meets a
sommelier.
A sommelier.
Yeah.
Who makes wine?
I got there quicker than that. I know you were thinking of that word.
No, who makes wine?
Oh, like a vineyard?
Yeah, what would you call that? A wine-tician?
No, I know the word you're thinking of.
Not a winery.
My uncle makes wine. What do you fucking call these people?
White trash.
Croatian.
Yeah.
You're like, he trades his wine he makes for cured prosciutto. So he's got he trades a couple homemade bottles for a leg of cured ham.
Wait, is he in Croatia or he's on Long
he's
Island?
In 5 towns, yeah.
Yeah. That sounds about right. That could happen in either a village in Croatia or 20 minutes east of here. Yeah. That's it.
This guy is great. He's one of my favorite on the Croatian side. He speaks very, very little English, but has been here for 50 years.
I love that.
Just refuses to adapt.
Someone that refuses to assimilate to the culture.
Yeah, it's fucking incredible.
Those are my
favorite. I'll tell you this. When I see other cultures do it, I go, hey, you get in line. But it's my relative. I'm like, you do your thing.
That's good.
You do your thing.
Yeah, I like that. I love someone that immigrates here and still thinks they're better than America. That's the most American you could be.
This is not a better thing. This is I don't give a fuck thing.
That's a better thing.
Yeah. No, it's really not. He's like a chill farmer. He's just
he was in 5 towns. He's not a farmer. There's no farms in 5 towns.
He's a mason. He's just a chill
a mason.
Yeah, he does concrete, and he did the masonry work at Hillary Clinton's house.
That's the most trash thing. People don't. If you're not trash, saying someone you're related to did a certain project is the most trash thing you could do.
He had to go through a big security check. It was a big deal. It was 02, 03. It was the highlight of holy shit, Shima is doing the Clinton's house in upstate New York. It was when she got elected to whatever position she had.
Yeah. We should know this.
Yeah.
She was senator?
Senator, yeah.
Yeah.
Senator
She's
Clinton.
also a liar.
Let me see those emails.
Yeah, shut up, my dad. I know he was waiting for that one. 5 towns, damn.
Yeah.
Shout out Howard Stern, dude. Nah, the Village,
Not for you.
dude. I haven't been in years. I went back. I was like, this sucks. Went to go to Whitehorse. Line there. It's like, what's going on here?
That place should be. You know what? If you're work for the IRS, audit Whitehorse Tavern.
Audit all these places.
That place is fucking highway robbery. It's insane what they charge for drinks there, and it's not even a good. That's a place. You know what? That's a place you go with a group, because there's no way to like. I make fun of Tobin Miller for he's like this bar has
Shout
no.
out Tobin.
Whenever I talk to Tobin about bars, he's like, that bar has no flow. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? The bar has no flow.
No, I like that. I like when Tobin describes things because I don't understand it, and I'll be honest, I don't think he does either.
He doesn't.
He just says words.
But I'll tell you, Whitehorse Tavern, zero flow.
There's no flow there.
Zero,
Clogged up.
Just there's no. But he's just throwing that word out a little too loosey goosey, Tobin. You know you are, but
no, I like it. I'm all for it. No, it's
what he means by no flow. He's like, I'm not getting any ass here. It must be the bar's problem.
Yeah,
this
it's
place
the
has no flow.
infrastructure's problem.
Yeah.
I also don't do good in that atmosphere. All I got's my personality and a good head of hair. I don't got much. I'm not a guy that approaches. I'm not a good approacher. I'm a good mingler. I mingle. Okay. I do an introduction. Hey, Rich, this is Amanda. That's
Gotcha.
said that name. But that's like an example.
You're the middle. But at the bar, that's good at like a party. At a bar though, where there's like
I do great at parties. I do
that's what
terrible
I'm
at
saying.
bars.
That's more of a party thing.
I know.
At a bar, there's too much. You know what? There's too much flow going on at a bar. There's too much. Hey, I'm getting a drink. I'm going to the bathroom for that to be an asset.
It's all over the place. It's just uncontrollable water, and I can't. I need a stream. I can't just go loosey goose.
Maybe flow is a thing, but Tobin's using it wrong. I'm gonna stick with that. That's my take.
We had a whole conversation. Now he doesn't approach women at bars either.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like all he talks about is how to approach and how to like.
Yeah, but he just doesn't.
Yeah. No. Anyway, not a West Village guy. Now I'll know.
It's tough, but I'm not a bar guy. I'm a bar guy. But not just me, you, Bramante.
I don't know. We were building momentum.
Well, something tells me that's not true.
It was a good time.
How did you end up with Bramante?
I see him a decent amount, and he's like always talking about going out, and I hadn't been out in a while.
He's not a drinker.
Not really.
Yeah.
He'll drink, but he's not like.
He's not you.
Oh well, calm down. I'm not. Well, most comedians don't drink nowadays.
I know that it's weird.
It's very much like I'm doing it like for my career. It's like, okay, well.
For your career, you don't have one.
Yeah.
Relax.
But I know we were having a good time.
You just did a radio bar.
No, radio bar, and then for some reason we went to Whitehorse Tavern. I'm a big stationary guy. I like to find a seat at the bar and stay there.
Fair.
Until I can't move.
What time you getting there?
We got there around like 11:30, 12.
Wow.
Well, like 15 minutes before I texted you. I think you texted me on Friday.
Yeah, because we went to a bar that I have a hat here for. Where did I put my hats? Oh, they're over there. It's on top of there. I'll save the name of it for the Patreon because it's really gone downhill.
Oh, can I see what it is just now?
Yeah, it's the one on the left.
On the left.
The hat on the table on the left.
You know what? I've seen that hat before. I've never been to that place.
Well, I'll tell you who owns it in about 7 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But we were going to go there because Friday just sucks.
Friday's hit or miss. Friday's either banging or it's a ghost town.
And this was Friday night. So the show, there were no cute chicks after the show to chat out.
Ah, gotcha.
So I was like, all right, let's make a move. Mayhill's nephew just moved here, Toby. Shout out, Toby, dude.
Okay.
I don't think you listen, but shout out to Tobes. And we were like, let's go. We went to that bar. Atrocious. So we're like, all right.
Down there?
It's Lower East.
Oh, okay.
So we said, okay, we got to make a move. I was like, I texted Kyle. You answered right away. We said, all right.
We had just gotten seats. I checked my phone for the time. Like you would text me at that exact moment. And then for some reason, I forget what it was. You know what it is? Love Monte, but I think he gets a little too antsy at the bar. And it's not just him. There's a type of person that gets antsy at a bar. If they don't see what they want there,
But what does he want?
Partner-wise, like lady-wise, or what they're looking for?
Who's he?
No, but I'm saying this is the type of person. They get a little like, we got to go somewhere else. I'm like, let's see what comes downstream. Let's just hang out for a bit.
Let's see where the flow takes us.
That's the thing. You can't be trying to jump in the flow. You got to just be like sitting at the side of the stream, watching the flow come.
What's the whole thing about a lazy river? The flow. Sit down, let it take you.
Like I said, Tobin's on something, but he's going about it the wrong way.
So I love it, dude.
we went to Whitehorse after that. We met some people there, and building momentum, and then someone goes, "Let's go to Automatic Slims," and I was like,
"I've never even heard of that."
It's like a deep West Village bar that there's always like a private party till like 12. Deep West Village. No bridge and tunnel folk there. I'll tell you that much.
No. Jersey folk.
No, not
you got
even.
the Patron right there, babe.
It's deep. Too deep
How
for that.
How deep is this? Underground?
It's on the water. It's on the West Side Highway.
It's on a boat.
But so we all go, like the 5 of us go there, and that was like a good time. Just like good bar. I always wanted to go there, and the 3 times I tried to go, I went at like in between 9 and 10:30, and they're like, you got to come back at
party
11:30, 12, and I was like, fuck that. So this time it was late enough where I was like, we're doing it. We're going.
All right. I did go to Fiddlesticks recently, which I texted you.
Yeah.
Dad, what a blast from the past that was.
I'll stop in there every once in a blue moon.
But you know what was good about that? Went with the big crew who brought someone else texted another crew.
That is a big crew bar.
I love a crew bar.
Because that's a swimming pool right there. That's a public pool. That is
and that's exactly what I'm going for.
Goddamn water park.
I'm looking for a water park with a nice snack bar.
Yeah. And
they happen to serve tequila sodas for a reasonable price.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, they don't take any guff over there, those bartenders. They gave me a broken glass one time, and I like slit my finger. It was a tequila soda. I remember this vividly because the tequila burned me. I slit my thumb on the glass. I was like, oh, I have to like drink from the other side. Glass to my lips. There was more cuts on it. Cut my lips in like 2 places. I'm bleeding fucking everywhere. And I grabbed the bartender. I'm like, hey. She goes, what the fuck do you want? I go, I'm literally bleeding. And she's like, oh, shit. And she just like got the first aid kit out for me and patched me up.
How bad of places are you going where you cut your finger on the glass and instead of giving the glass back, you said, let me twist this around so my lips don't get...
It was crowded. I didn't want to bother her. But then when I was bleeding from the mouth, I was like, I got to fix this.
Yeah.
I got maced there.
You got maced at Fiddlesticks?
Everyone got maced.
What does that mean?
It was crazy. Oh, my God. This was nuts. I was, the back.
I feel like you weren't at the George Floyd protest. I'll tell you that
No. This was actually fucking crazy. Do you know, like, the back part of Fiddlesticks?
I've been there many a time.
So we were there, and I was talking to this girl. She must have been, like, I think she was, like, 5'1", short girl. Not
Italian?
my style. No, but irrelevant.
Just like to paint a picture.
And I'm talking to her. And out of nowhere, my eyes start burning, my mouth starts burning. I don't go to my knees. I'm like, what the fuck? Did you just mace me? And she goes, and I hear her. She goes, no, everyone got maced. And I'm like,
wait, what?
I look up. Everyone over like a certain point got there was like 20 of us that got maced. The girl, she was short. She was below it. She saw what happened. And knew what was going on because she was a foot below all the action. She eventually fell to her too, but she saw the guy. Some asshole I just have the mic down there. Some asshole just came into this back room, fucking maced it up like fucking crazy, and ran out.
That's insane.
It was nuts.
And then just left.
And then just ran out. It was crazy.
That's funny though.
Yeah, it was it was one of those things. I wasn't I was at the time. I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" I was in shock.
How long does that last?
I'd say, I tasted it the next morning. Absolutely,
really,
absolutely. But the burning of it, probably a good hour and a half.
That's insane.
It sucked.
You finished your drink though.
It was. I probably threw it in my face. But it was a weird.
Your eyes were bleeding.
It was a weird. And once I got over it, I was like, that's so psychotic that someone would do that, but so sickly funny. Crazy thing to do.
In hindsight,
Yeah.
How
in
long ago
hindsight.
was this? That's crazy.
This was
Tuesday.
no fall of 2021.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what happens. We were locked up, and he just
Yeah.
didn't know how to act.
Exactly.
He actually worked for Fauci.
It was. I'm curious because I obviously didn't see the guy. It was a hit and run, and he just got a big area. But I'm curious, like, was it like a canister? Was it a little like handheld thing? Because I lived above the spy shop back in the day.
Yeah, of course.
I used to live at this place. They sold cameras to, like, find out if your spouse was cheating on you and all this crazy stuff. And when I introduced myself to the people that worked there, they're like, "Oh, no way, you're our neighbor," and they gave me a can of mace as a welcome gift. I still have it.
Which is completely normal.
Yeah. Not mace, pepper spray.
Of course.
Pepper
Oh, yeah.
spray. I say mace. It was probably pepper spray they got. Whatever it was, I got pepper sprayed mace.
I would put 1 and 2 together.
They're the same. No, well, the thing is, I've told this story to someone else once, and they were like, very different things. Very, very different. I was like,
Well, fuck that person.
Exactly, yeah. And how do you know, you fucking psycho?
Yeah.
But apparently pepper spray is way more mild. Mace is like, if pepper spray is a pistol, mace is like an AK-47. From this person's overreaction to this.
All right, you get shot either way.
Exactly, yeah. It was probably like 15, 20 of us just like blinking, like, what the fuck just happened? For a good hour.
That's the most dangerous place in all of New York City.
I'm cutting my
Glasses
lips.
are cutting you. You got pepper sprayed. They keep
Yeah.
you on your toes there. All right, folks. We're switching to the page. Meet us over there where I'll say the name of the place I went to.
Yes.
That was terrible.
The Lower East Side sucks.
It's worse than the West Village. I'll give you that.
By a mile.
Yeah, by a mile. All right, meet us over there.